Right now it's 6. The first warn team is tracking snow and serious cold, when it hits and when it stops. And demolition begins on a piece of La Crosse history, how it's paving the way for a new education facility.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown. Ken has the night off. We start with the weather. Here's a live look at downtown La Crosse. The First Warn weather team is tracking snow and dangerously cold conditions. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart. Greg, how's it looking out there?
Well, we got snow going on this evening. The dangerous cold will be really tomorrow afternoon, evening. We'll start seeing some of that. But currently outside, really La Crosse, Eau Claire, Winona, visibility's okay, 2 to 3 miles. But the storm runner, as you see, is still in near Caledonia, Minnesota. We're still getting, you can see some of that blowing or drifting across the roads. Roads, especially in rural areas, are still going to be kind of treacherous for at least the next few hours and maybe overnight. And that's what we're really dealing with overall. If we go back to radar, you can kind of see most of the activity now is pushing into south of La Crosse. We're not going to see too much in the way of sustained visibility reduction north of La Crosse. You can see roadways out to the west near Toma looking pretty good. There's that band. It's basically just south going into Crawford County, southern Vernon County, now towards Boscobel. That line is where you're going to pick up maybe a good 1.5 inches and reduce visibilities down to 1/2. That's the main band. Now further north, we got another little area. I circled it right there that's approaching. Those showers have not reached Menominee. Eventually they are reaching Red Wing there. You could see reductions to about 1/2 mile for a brief amount of time with those snow showers too, and eventually that activity may reach Eau Claire, maybe all the way down to Winona if it holds together. If you look to your right, you can see the road conditions, and then the state roads there, you can see snow already beginning to pick up there overall. So big picture shows you all this activity. Temperature wise, not too bad right now, and that's going to help at least keep the roads somewhat manageable. But otherwise, we do have the dangerous conditions that are coming up Thursday night through Saturday, so we'll track out what the temperatures look like and how low the wind chills may be a bit later.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Greg. In La Crosse, alternate side parking is in effect. It starts at midnight until Friday at 11:59 p.m. Vehicles must park on the side matching the day's date between midnight and 6 p.m. City officials say crews will be plowing streets during this time. Well, in anticipation of that dangerous cold, Wafer Food Pantry will close Friday. It will be open tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. and from 4 to 7:30 p.m. And remember, you can track the snow and cold by downloading the First Warn weather app. One person is dead and another injured after a house fire in Hoka. When fire crews arrived, a woman was seen outside the home with extreme burns. She was transported to the hospital. After extinguishing the fire, a deceased person was found in the debris of the home. The victims have not been identified, and the cause of the fire is under investigation. A Black River Falls woman is in custody after an alleged stabbing incident. Kylene Cloud is accused of stabbing another person multiple times during a fight at a Jackson County home. The victim received multiple stab wounds. Police say their injuries were non-life threatening. The Hogan School building is finally coming down, so a new elementary school can go up. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live. Grace, how's it looking over there?
It's looking good out here, Emily. Now, crews have wrapped up for the day, but if you take a look behind me, you can see some of the building parts that they've already started to take down. Crews spent the morning removing trees and a playground. The building demolition officially began around noon. Hogan has stood since 1899, first as an elementary school for 81 years, then the district office for 45. It's making way for a new $30 million school.
There will be a combination of bringing Emerson and Spence students together in this neighborhood school. And so we hope to serve 550 students. It'll be about a 100,000 square foot building.
The demolition is scheduled to take place over 4 weeks, depending on weather. And Ledvina said that they hope to break ground in March. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Grace. Brave in the cold. The Pump House and Viroqua Shakespeare Club holding their annual Shakespeare Marathon. The 4th annual Bardathon kicked off on Sunday. During the week-long event, readers take shifts reciting all of Shakespeare's works.
Shakespeare's really meant to be heard out loud in a community. And so what it is, yeah, people get together. You can see behind me all of the texts, and So people come and you'll read, people will read in person. Sometimes we'll read round robin where you just go every other character.
The first half of Bardathon was read at the Commons Community and Arts Center in Viroqua. Bardathon will conclude on Sunday at the Pump House. A News 8 follow-up. Today, the Wisconsin State Senate passed legislation that would eliminate state income taxes on tips and overtime pay. Single filers can claim up to $12,500 per year. Joint filers can claim up to $25,000. The bill excludes individuals earning more than $250,000 or families earning more than $500,000. The tip tax elimination would run through 2028. The legislation now goes to Governor Evers for his signature. Longtime NFL reporter Michelle Tafoya is launching a bid for U.S. Senate in Minnesota. Tafoya covered sports for more than 3 decades before hosting a conservative podcast. The future of Minnesota's Senate landscape is up in the air. Tina Smith announced her retirement this year, and Amy Klobuchar is considering a run for governor. Some Minnesota residents are calling for a statewide day of no work, no school, and no shopping on Friday to demand ICE officers to leave the state. Organizers are calling it a day of nonviolent moral reflection, asking Congress to intervene in the aftermath of Renee Good's shooting death by an ICE officer and a recent surge in law enforcement. The day of protest is expected to include a march through downtown Minneapolis.
We are calling for this to be a day where no one shops, no one goes to school, no one goes to work. But instead, we take action together in community, in moral reflection, and in moral action.
This comes as Vice President J.D. Vance is visiting Minneapolis tomorrow. The White House says he will meet with local leaders and community members to defend ICE's immigration operations, as well as how to restore law and order in the state. Still to come, a major social media company receiving scrutiny, the tech giant facing renewed legal pressure. And President Trump delivers a speech to world leaders in Davos, his latest announcement over Greenland.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, changes coming to airline loyalty programs. We'll tell you how they'll affect your travels. And ARD is tracking the return of dangerous cold when we see you starting at 5 a.m.
The Menards bag sale is here. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag. Plus, save big on your interior projects. Mohawk area rugs add luxurious comfort and warmth to your floors. Get a 5x7 Caledonia shag area rug for $89.99 after rebate. Find your style with Patriot Lighting ceiling lights. We have a variety of styles and finishes. Pick up this trending Gilded 2 flush mount ceiling light for just $24.99.
Save big money at Menards.
Out with the olds and in with the new at Wesco in Sparta. Grab amazing deals with discounts up to 50% off. Floor models, overstacked, and slightly blemished items must go. So incredible, even I can't believe the savings. Our team is ready to help you find the perfect piece for your home. Hurry, these deals won't last long. Head to Wesco in Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And remember to tell them Peyton sent you.
Hello, I'm Franklin Graham. As we approach this new year, we see a lot of difficulty out there. The violence on the street, the upheaval, and it's not just here, but it's around the world, and it seems like everything's getting ready to implode. Well, I can tell you right now, our world needs peace, and we need God's peace. And God's peace comes through faith in His Son, Jesus Christ. That's right, Jesus Christ. He came from heaven to this earth to take our sins. He died and shed His blood on a cross for our sins. He was buried. On the third day, God raised Him to life. If you've never trusted Him as your Savior, you can do that right now. Just pray this prayer with me. Just say, God, I'm a sinner. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I believe that Jesus Christ is your Son. I'd like to trust Him as my Savior right now, and I want to follow Him as my Lord forever. Amen. If you prayed that prayer, call that number right now that's on the screen. We have some folks that would like to speak with you, pray with you, but call that number on the screen. God bless you.
At the economic summit in Davos, the president said today that he's ruled out the use of military force to take over Greenland. Denmark rejected Trump's call for immediate negotiations to buy the territory, but later in the day, the president said he may have a future deal with NATO instead.
I won't do that. Okay, now everyone's saying, oh, good. That's probably the biggest statement I made, because people thought I would use force. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force.
Trump posted on social media that the U.S. and NATO reached the framework of the deal and added, quote, "The solution, if consummated, will be a great one for the United States of America and all NATO nations." The Supreme Court heard arguments today on President Trump's bid to fire Lisa Cook from the Federal Reserve Board of Governors. Trump claims he removed her based on mortgage fraud allegations, which she denies. This is the first time a president has tried to fire a sitting Fed governor.
He wants the central bank that answers only to him.
House Democrats argue President Trump's real goal is controlling the Fed to lower interest rates. The House Oversight Committee voting to hold the Clintons in contempt of Congress. It's over their refusal to comply with a subpoena to testify in the congressional investigation into Epstein. Several Democrats joining the Republican-led committee in favor of the measure. It will now go before the full House for a vote.
No one's accused Bill Clinton of any wrongdoing, but we have a lot of questions. We want to know what anyone that spent a lot of time with Epstein, what they knew, if they saw anything, if they can help us, point us in a direction.
The committee also announcing a deposition with Ghislaine Maxwell on February 9th. It will be a closed session. The committee has been working for months to schedule a virtual deposition. Maxwell is expected to plead the 5th. The federal government isn't giving up on its claim that Meta broke antitrust laws. Last year, a federal judge ruled Meta's purchases of Instagram and WhatsApp didn't break antitrust laws. The judge agreed with Meta that TikTok and YouTube's growth proves social media remains competitive. Snapchat agreeing to settle a social media addiction lawsuit. A 19-year-old brought the lawsuit, claiming the company's app has addictive features that harmed her mental health. The company denies any scientific link between social media use and addiction. The trial will go forward next week in Los Angeles. We'll have more news ahead, but first.
Yeah, enjoy the conditions now, because once we get to tomorrow at this time, we're going to start feeling those wind chills drop to dangerous levels going into Friday morning. So we'll time that all out coming up on your First Warn weather update after the break.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say, new year, new you. And right now, King Furniture is overstocked with the latest styles in bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, sofas, recliners, sectionals, and more. King has the largest selection of lazy boy furniture in the Coulee region and an incredible variety of custom options to create that perfect look. And where else will you find free delivery, free haul away, and 12 months no interest payments? It's only at the King Furniture New Year's sale going on now.
If your basement walls are peeling, that is not appealing. So this is water damage, man?
That's water damage.
How many people right now have compromise in their basement brought on by water?
Oh, the majority. I mean, water is the enemy of a home.
Right.
But it's better to have it assessed to give you that ease of mind.
Sure.
Inspections are free. Might as well just give us a call to help.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groutworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Cracks in brick, cracks in block, sticking windows or doors. Settling or sinking foundation, it's a fact. Foundation problems don't get better with time, but they do get better when you call American Waterworks.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West-Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. West-Mex meals start at just $5, only at Taco John's.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes, depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs, Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Overall, the snow continues too. We've had some changes with the current alerts too. The blizzard warnings that were in effect now have been downgraded just to a winter weather advisory. A lot of this is just becoming blowing snow, or excuse me, drifting snow. And you can kind of see in the current road conditions right there, a little bit of drifting occasionally, but still, as near Caledonia, they've had that band pretty close to them, and you can see road conditions in the rural areas pretty bad, as you got about a ½ inch at least on the roads, snow covered. As we go throughout, that's going to be the main story, but the accumulation part is not going to stick around too much longer, really. As you look overall, it's just this last bit, basically just basically west of Crawford County down to Prairie du Chien and east. That's where the main batch is, but we do have additional activity further north that we'll have to keep an eye on. Otherwise, throughout the evening, we'll start seeing this push east. Here's another line of showers that'll come through. That's kind of that activity that's just west of Menominee could come through Eau Claire. These briefly could be visibilities bring down to maybe a ½ mile at times. Now, as we go further on tonight, we might have more additional activity, breezy conditions too. So drifting off and on could be an issue, so I wouldn't rule out having some issues with roads going into Thursday morning, especially further north you go, but don't expect in the way of too much activity going on Thursday morning. In the afternoon, we'll have the cold front come through, and that's the one that we'll be watching for the cold air behind it to come through. Right through here, you can see about 11, around late morning to early afternoon. There's your showers with that. That's when you're going to start seeing that cold front come through. The winds pick up, especially behind that. So not bad in the morning. The winds will start picking up out of the northwest, and then you'll really start feeling it as you go home tomorrow with that cold air kind of filtering in the area. High temperatures in the teens tomorrow, so colder than what we've had today, but not much of a wind chill until the afternoon, and there is that snow showers. Not expecting accumulation with that, but you might see a few in the afternoon time frame. Then as we go into the alert day conditions, that is for Thursday night. Now going just through Saturday, there are cloud cover that's going to be impacting the area probably Saturday night into Sunday because of that major system well to our south that you'll hear a lot about in the national news. We're going to get some cloud cover from that, maybe in a little bit of flurry activity on Sunday, so that'll help bring the temperatures up Saturday night into Sunday. So the dangerous is really through about Saturday about noon. Friday, it's really the wind chill, could be 40, maybe a little bit lower, and probably Saturday is when you're going to see some of the colder temperatures, potentially Friday. Some areas could get down to close to 30, and then we'll see improvements too. So that's why we have the alert day conditions. They have extreme cold warnings throughout the same time frame across the entire area as we go throughout. This is what the lows look like Friday. 15 to 20 below. There could be a few areas that get a little bit colder than that, but there will be the wind going on. Pretty breezy with a little bit of reduction in the wind towards the morning, but that the wind chill will be the main factor. And then Friday's high temperatures, yeah, it's going to struggle to get to maybe 5 below in a lot of areas. A few areas may not even get to 10 below. So definitely cold all day long. Dangerous cold too at times. It's not going to see much improvement as we go throughout. Now the wind chills, as I mentioned, noon tomorrow, we're looking at just in the single digits below zero. The wind will pick up in the afternoon, and that's when you'll start seeing it. The evening commute will probably be in that 15 to 20 range, and by the time we get to 10 p.m., now we're looking close to 30 below zero. And then, as I mentioned, Friday morning is probably the worst. That's when you can see some areas maybe occasionally hit minus 40 at times or a little bit lower. As we get towards noon, not much an improvement. We're just now 30 to 35. And then in the afternoon, the winds will start to die down Friday afternoon and evening. There'll still be a wind chill, but it won't be as bad as the morning, too, as we go throughout. Then as we look at the 8-day forecast, you can see we have the conditions change a little bit for Sunday into Monday with the cloud cover helps to bring those temperatures up, although we will still be sub-zero at times with overnight lows. And then next week right now, fairly quiet. There's a little bit of uncertainty how much our temperatures will recover. If we'll stay kind of in that cold teens or maybe come up a little bit. But overall, fairly quiet still.
Yeah.
So,
and we're barely going to be brushing 20 next week, it looks like.
Well, this,
with that 19, yep.
So it's continuing. Like I said, just prep for it. This is really a common temperatures that you're going to have a lot of battery issues with vehicles going on.
All right.
If you don't have that, you might have that.
Yeah, all right, good tip. Thank you. Coming up next in sports, the Badgers are preparing for a trip east to take on Penn State. Hear from one of the players who's been a key piece in Wisconsin's recent win streak. Jacob is next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Whether you have a design emergency or just want to shop the best furniture showroom in the area, the January clearance sale at International Furniture is the best time to buy high-quality furniture with savings up to 70% off retail price on select floor samples. International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Whether you have a design emergency or just want to shop the best furniture showroom in the area, the January clearance sale at International Furniture is the best time to buy high-quality furniture with savings up to 70% off retail price on select floor samples. International Furniture, I-90 Exit 2, La Crosse.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, at just over 17 points per game from non-starters, the Badger men rank 308th out of 361 teams in bench points. So while guys like John Blackwell, Nolan Winter, and Nick Boyd are producing, Wisconsin needs more from their second unit. The bench is still trying to develop with a couple freshmen and other new faces within that rotation. But one guy that's taken his game to a new level lately is Braden Carrington, who's had 21 points against Minnesota and 12 in the upset at Michigan. And the Badgers sharpshooter says this team is on track to be scary come March.
I think we can be really good. I think we can win this conference. I think we can make a deep run in the tournament. And I think we're hitting our stride right now. You want to play your best basketball towards the end of the season. I think we're probably halfway to that right now. I think by the time March comes, end of February, I think we'll be to the peak of where we should be, and if not, still improving as we're going into March and hopefully making a run.
And to hear more from Braden and News 3 Now Sports Director Andrew Banstra, tune into the Wisconsin Huddle Friday at 6:30 right here on News 8. And we have got a great batch of nominees for the News 8 Play of the Week, so let's get right into those options to choose from. Starting things off, we've seen him get nominated on the football field a time or two, but this time it's Jack Barth on the ice. Rips a shot from long range. That one goes top shelf up where Mom hides the cookies. Avs won 8-3 over BRF. The second option to choose from, it's not every day you see a 9.3 score at the high school level for gymnastics, and that's what lacrosse co-op's Elena Wagner scored for her floor routine earlier this week in Holmen. Wagner finished second in the all-around scoring as well. Now to some viewer submissions for the final three choices. First, it's Owen Vandenhugen of Toma with the clock running down at the end of the first half. You don't see it go in, but take my word for it, it does. The senior beats the buzzer from half court. More heroics with the clock winding down at number 4, but this is at the end of overtime. Bangor JV down by 2 against Royal until Easton Cavadini hoists up a shot from way downtown. He buries it for the win. Ice in the veins from Easton. And certainly, last but not least, this is GET getting out in transition last night against Black River Falls. Mason Brown goes off the backboard to Travis Tyson, who slams it down for the emphatic dunk. Redhawks showing off in a big win over the Tigers. I can already tell it's going to be a tight race this week. Some great options to choose from and to make your voice heard. Head to news8000.com under the sports tab, click on Play of the Week, and pick your favorite. Voting will go live shortly after the show. Three viewer submissions. We love to see it. If you have a play, email it my way if you want to be considered for a nominee, but some good stuff.
I liked Elena's gymnastics routine.
That's impressive
Yeah,
stuff. 9.3 is very, very good. And I also wish I could do what Travis did up with that dunk, because that is a fantastic play right there.
And I liked how you said the cookies on the
cookies.
Did you come up with that?
No,
Say it again.
It's a little bit of a saying.
Yeah, I like that.
World, so.
That was clever. I like that. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
The Menards bag sale is here. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag. Plus, save big on your interior projects. Mohawk area rugs add luxurious comfort and warmth to your floors. Get a 5x7 Caledonia shag area rug for $89.99 after rebate. Find your style with Patriot Lighting ceiling lights. We have a variety of styles and finishes. Pick up this trending Gilded 2 plush mount ceiling light for just $24.99.
Save big money at Menards. Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
You came prepared to take on the pressure. We came prepared to give you none of that, just more out of buying a car. At Maury's West Salem Kia, you get our best price up front. No scripts, no side eyes, no 4-hour negotiations. Maury's sales team doesn't work on commission, so you get more help, less hassle. Need service? With Maury's, you get honest work done right. We even do more for our community. Get more with Maury's West Salem Kia. Visit mauryswestsalemkia.com.
There's your current radar. Really, it's from about Preston down to Crawford County in that band. That's where we're picking up most of the snow, but we do have snow showers that's also approaching from Menominee to Eau Claire, too. Once again, these all could reduce visibility. The bigger story going into Thursday night, obviously, is the dangerous cold. That'll go all the way probably through Saturday morning.
Lots of layers on Friday and Saturday.
So many layers. All right, thanks for joining us at 6. We'll see you right back here at 10.